So Wayne Elcock, who came out of nowhere to reach the 1996 English ABA middleweight final. It's only his second fight this as a pro. He won the first one against William Webster, but Webster has lost every fight he's had so far, so I'm not sure how much we can read into that. Sonny Pollard is the son of the well-known Hull fight character Steve Pollard, who's the trainer of world champion Paul Ingle, among other things. So Elcock in the black trunks here. It's only the third fight for Sonny Pollard. He's won one and lost one so far. Due to go 4 rounds, this. Elcock, who lives in Birmingham and does his training in Leicester, makes a 100-mile round trip every day to do that.
Well, that shows a large measure of dedication and how much he wants to go on in this game, doesn't it?
26 years of age, Elcock, so starting pretty late in the professional business. Pollard's 23. Right hand getting through from Elcock, who's looking to take the fight to Pollard early on here.
Well, Elcock doing the right thing. He's looking to get that the center of the ring and make Pollard do the work around the outside.
Pollard in the blue trunks, remember. He hasn't boxed for 18 months, Glenn.
Well, there could be a bit of ring rust, and also, you know, coming off a stoppage to Harry Butler, which is a bit of a surprise. Butler doesn't win very many fights.
No, that's not a great result. In fact, it's an awful one, to be honest with you. So Elcock definitely would start favourite here on the basis of that.
And to be out that long, that must have took an awful lot out of him psychologically. You know, he's obviously took a long while to think he wants to have another go.
Getting hit with right and left hands from Elcock, who looks to have pretty fast hands.
Well, it's a good start from Elcock. He's controlling the fight from the centre of the ring and, you know, keeping busy.
Pollard trying to give it plenty of lateral movement. Moving into range, trying to get off with a couple of jabs and then away again. That seems to be his strategy. It's not always working for him, if we're honest with you. Ian John Lewis is the referee. He's having a busy night. He seems to be reffing all the fights. Uppercut and then a rather awkward looking right hand, but got through nonetheless from Elcock, who looks full of menace early on.
Yes, it's been a good round for Elcock, looking strong and forcing Pollard onto the back foot.
Earlier, our designers spiced up this 17th century.
Welcome back. We're at the home of the posh, Peterborough, tonight. And local trainer Kevin Sanders in action in the corner with Wayne Elcock, who must have won that first round, Glenn.
Yes, he did. He was the stronger. He forced the fights from centre ring, kept Pollard on the back foot, and landed with some good shots throughout the round. Pollard a little bit reddened around the left side of his face. Took some decent right hands from Elcock.
We're at the Warrington Centre, just on the outskirts of Peterborough. Black trunks here then of Wayne Elcock, looking to make it 2 wins in 2 fights. Right at the start of their careers, these two. But Pollard already at the stage where he's having to rebuild off that horrible 4-round defeat against Harry Butler, who's no more than a journeyman who usually loses.
Pollard really, after that defeat, needs to get some confidence, and you know, so far this is looking a tough fight to get confidence in.
Out of range with his jab a couple of times. Rather diving in with his shots, Elcock. Almost charging into range. awkward-looking shots, and that's not a knockdown for me. He's going to push him over. Is he going to score that as a knockdown? He scored it as one. I thought he pushed him over.
Well, he did rush in like he does, Elcock, but he did catch him with a couple of decent punches. And I think that's really what pushed him over. He didn't complain about that, Pollard.
Ian John Lewis scores that as an authentic knockdown. He's left himself open, Pollard. Had a similar incident the other night in that Gomez-Pitti fight, with Gomez claiming he was pushed to the floor. Hand speed of Elcock, good. It's helping him. In charge of this at the moment, and no doubt.
Still rushes in a bit, Elcock. I like to see him start to use his jab a little bit, just to get his opponent off balance, and then get in quick.
Yes, those tactics of rushing in square on against better fighters, he might walk into one heck of a counter one day, mightn't he?
Well, that's always the danger. I think you always need to get your boxing skills going for when you need a plan B.
Got there again with the right hand, though, Elcock. It's an uncomfortable return to the ring so far for Sonny Pollard. Don't forget, coming up, we've got the big Commonwealth light welterweight title fight. Eamon McGee defending tonight against Joseph Mayumo of Kenya.
Well, it's all Elcock at the moment. Another big round for him.
Well, he's in no kind of trouble so far, Wayne Elcock.
Well, I think this is the knockdown with him rushing in. Two good punches, and he tries to hang on. He pushed him over as he tried to hang on there.
Now, there's no way that should have been scored a knockdown for me.
Well, for me, there was good shots and all. He looked as if he was going over, but it looked as if he tried to grab his man to keep up.
Wow, that's a pretty generous view of it, Glenn. I have to say I disagree with you violently about that. I mean, if you'd have been put on the floor like that in your career... Now, is he going down there? Yeah, that was a different piece of action, so...
You were saying?
I was saying, if that had been counted as a knockdown against you in your career, you'd have been complaining
I'd have
mad.
been a push then.
Yeah, exactly. Here's round 3. Black trunks, Wayne Elcock. Blue of Sonny Pollard. Both rounds so far, we think, to Elcock. These rookie pros in action in the middleweight division. Good speedy attack from Elcock. When he did reach that ABA final, Elcock, surprising that he got there, but he was beaten in a round by John Pearce of Middlesbrough, who's one of our most experienced operators in the amateur business.
Well, he's really forcing Pollard round the ring, rushing in, but he's catching Pollard with punches. Got fast hands.
It's been the key for him, and sometimes Pollard not quite sure where the shots are coming from. He's certainly not able to take the necessary evasive action.
He's finding it hard, Sonny Pollard. Difficult comeback for him.
Yes, they put him in with somebody with a measure of ability in Elcock. He might have been better advised to come back with a slightly softer one.
Yes, but it would have been difficult for them to tell how good Elcock was. He's only had the one fight, so they may have thought it wasn't too difficult a test.
Pollard having to cover up at some of these shots being driven through the middle. He's still got plenty of life in the legs, and just as well, really. But he's on the run here, Sonny Pollard.
I think Pollard's got a cut as well to make things worse.
I'm not sure how that happened. Maybe there was a head clash in there as well somewhere. And they're going to stop it. They're going to stop it. He'd taken quite a bit as well. No complaints from the corner. It's officially stopped on the cut, but Wayne Elcock was a good stoppage winner of that one.
Yes, he wanted it more. He was busy, fast hands, and he really took the fight to Sonny Pollard, and that was a good little win for him.
There's the cut. Too early to say and draw any big conclusions about Elcock, but what are your preliminary findings, Ben?
Well, he was certainly determined enough. He had fast hands. There was some good things there, but I think he just needs to get his boxing ability going a bit and use that jab and just keep on learning.
Now, we think there might have been a clash of heads that caused the cut. He was certainly diving in a bit at times, but that might have been it.
Well, yeah, I think that could have been it. There was definitely, the heads came together there, and the cut was a little bit higher than the eyebrow, so I think it must have been a clash of heads rather than a punch to cut it in that place.
I think we've got some great detectives working on our production team backstage to find that.
Yeah, we really have.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes and 5 seconds of round 3, the referee unfortunately having to stop the contest. Sonny Pollard unfortunately sustained badly damaged left eye. Your winner and still undefeated, Wayne Elcock. And not forgetting your appreciation for a fortunate boxer indeed there, Sonny Pollard.